I hope you're feeling really good. Let's take a moment to center ourselves and center our energy. Just relax your body. And if you feel any tension in your body, recognize where that is. And when you take a deep breath in, picture that breath in that place where there's tension. And when you breathe out, relax and release that tension. Thank you. So today I want to talk about your vibrational currency. Now, many of you are familiar with currency. In our 3D currency is like money, right? And what do we do to make sure that we get the most out of our money, right? We spend money to make money, usually. And a lot of the times we will look at stocks, bonds, savings, investments, and we do the work, we put the time and the energy and the education in what's going to be the biggest investment for us investing our money, right? Or you're just letting your money sit there and collect nothing, which is fine as well. But every type of bank account makes some type of interest, even if it's a really small amount monthly, right? So you're trying to make your money work for you. Now, when it comes to vibrational currency, there's something I want to point out to you. How much time in your life do you take out of your own day to tend to your vibrational currency? The thing is, you're always tending to your vibrational currency. What I mean by that is throughout the whole day, your emotions on what you're going through at work, what you're going through at home as a mom, what you're going through as a single person in your life trying to figure out what it is you want or how to get what you want. Those ups, those downs, the twists, the turns. Anytime things are happening to us, we're having an emotional reaction. Okay? This is what I call a knee-jerk reaction. Something happens, you view it, you're in it, you're in the conversation, and bam, here comes a vibrational currency out of you. You may not be aware of it. Some of you are more aware than others. That's completely fine. But remember, the more self-awareness you have, the greater chance you have at being a conscious creator, because you can be aware when your energy and your flow is going towards something that you don't want to create, what you don't want. And how do you tell that is happening? By the way you feel, your emotional guidance system. So this is always happening, but how much time do you take out of your day to specifically spend in a vibrational currency that is in alignment with your desire? Now, I gotta be honest, since I started doing the podcast, recording, being very active on social media to help make a difference for anybody out there who wants to change their reality, who feels like it's impossible to escape what they are dealing with, I spend my time getting distracted from my vibrational currency because I'm so focused on making sure I can reach the other people that are looking for this information. So a lot of the times I have to distance myself from social media, from doing these things, and tend to my vibrational currency. It's super important that I do that, because if I stopped doing that, who knows what I would manifest? And who knows what I would manifest? And who knows what would happen, because I'm not being conscious about it. So any person can come into my reality that matches the certain vibration and dominant energy I have going on. See, that's the thing. But when I take that time, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you have is so powerful, because vibrational currency is the most powerful currency in the universe. This is the currency that creates your reality. A lot of people think, well, money creates my reality because money can buy me the house. Money can, feed my family. Money can do these things that I can't do. That doesn't feel good, right? When you say that, money does things I can't do. Does that make you feel good, or does that make you feel bad? To me, that makes me feel bad. Because my inner being knows that it's not the money. My inner being knows that it's me and my energy and my vibration. Now that feels better to me. And if it does to you too, then your inner being is in resonance, in agreement with that, okay? So again, back to this vibrational currency. It's the most powerful currency. Why aren't you and I investing more time? This requires you to shut out the 3D. Turn off your phone. I mean, when you have family and everybody's active, it's hard to find alone time. But you got to utilize those times, like when you're on the toilet, when you're in the shower. Sometimes you got to take a little break at work for you. You got to find the time. So even if it's that 2 minutes, it's so powerful to do 2 minutes than 0 minutes. The time you spend in your vibrational currency, what I mean by this is like shutting out the outside world, going in and feeling good for the sake of feeling good. Because everything you want, and I'll say this time and time again, everything you want it because it's going to make you feel a specific way. And so why are we waiting for that thing to feel that way when we can cultivate emotion? We can go inward and feel a specific way. Because I can walk you through a story right now. And if you follow along in your mind and envision yourself doing it, you're going to feel a specific way. Now, nothing's actually changed in your reality, but this emotion you have within you has changed. And that's creation. So we need to invest more of that. When I get downloads, and I get them a lot, I laugh to myself. I giggle. Sometimes my partner's like, what are you laughing? I'm like, nothing, because it's going to take me way longer to explain to you what's going on up in here than it would be, and it's just not going to make sense to you. So I just laugh like a crazy person to myself, which is fine. And so I get these downloads, and I actually can get a sense, it's more of a feeling for me of the sense of the vibrational currency I've created. My bank account, my currency, my vibrational investment is fucking huge. It blows me away. And then I feel gratitude so much. I feel such appreciation for that. I begin to bawl my eyes out sometimes because it's just so like overwhelmingly amazing. It feels really good. And then I look at my life now and I realize even without getting another thing, I am so blessed for so much going on in my life. And so are you. And depending on what perception you have going on right now, depending on what beliefs and thoughts you have going on within you, you might not see it that way. It might not feel that way to you. Because similar to me, let's rewind 5, 6, 7 years ago. I was in a place where I didn't want to exist. Okay? I just wanted to close my eyes and go back to wherever I came from. My mom's, no, I'm just joking. So, back from where I came from, wherever that is. And so, now, I'm so grateful to have my life. I don't take my life for granted anymore. And if you asked me 7 years ago if I took my life for granted, I would have said no. I was more victimized. I'm not taking my life for granted. I just hate my life. I hate what happened to me. I hate what's happening to me. I hate that I can't do this or I can't have that, or you know what I mean? Like I was in this very victimized state that life happened to me. There was nothing I could do about it and I just had to go with it. And I just gained so much momentum. 10 years of feeling not worthy enough. 10 years of feeling like I couldn't achieve what it is I wanted to achieve. I let that simmer. My vibrational currency, because that can be negative as well. It's good vibrational currency, bad vibrational currency. That vibrational currency I was growing, this momentum, this is why I mentioned momentum a lot, it's the same thing. It wasn't giving me what I wanted. It was keeping me where I was. And I felt stuck, but I just kept recreating the same thing over and over again. So how much time out of your day for you, because you deserve this and you owe this to yourself, to go inward and cultivate feelings that you want to feel in your life? You got to try that. You got to make that your habit. If you only knew what that would do for your life, you would do more of it. And it's easy to get distracted, but this is why there's many reminders around the world. Whether you're hearing it in a song, whether you're seeing a post on social media that reminds you of it, whether you're listening to this podcast and you're like, yeah, oh yeah, I gotta keep doing that. You'll have constant reminders. They will find you. This found you because you've been asking for reminders. And maybe not consciously, but subconsciously. We ask things subconsciously, you know? Like when you're in a situation and you don't like what's going on and you don't like the interaction with it, you are subconsciously, energetically, vibrational currency-ishness asking for the opposite. So if someone's being mean to you, you want someone to be nicer to you. It's an automatic rocket of desire shooting out to the universe and creating this vibrational currency for you. There's so much. This is what they call the vortex, which Abraham Hicks calls the vortex. And I loved it. I resonated with that. And I was like, I want to be more aware of what's going on in my vortex. And I want to pull more of those energetic things into my 3D reality. And so I studied. And I invested my actual hard-earned money because I wanted to learn more. I was learning so much by reading free things, getting books, but I wanted more. Wanted to level up. Every time I get to a specific level, I'm never going to stop learning about this. There's never going to be a time where I'm like, okay, I know it all. There's nothing else I need to study. There's nothing else I need to do. I know it all. Absolutely not. Forever learning, forever evolving. And so that's why I was very strategic of what I put together in the Spirit Ascension method. Because that's what helped me change everything. But it didn't come all at once. It came in little itty bitty bites over about a 7 to 10 year span. And then within the last 5 years of it, I used certain things that really made a difference for me and how I created reality. And I made note of it. And I noticed it had a lot to do with your mindset, your energy, and your visualization, and like the feelings you cultivate. That sums it all up. And so when I practiced that and learned techniques from other leaders who were already in the industry, who already had proven methods that work, I put each and one that worked for me into this method. So there's proven methods here. And aligning your energy is very powerful. Because you can manifest without knowing any of this shit. And some people are really, really good at it. And that probably came from a lot of their childhood and how they grew up. They were maybe told things that they could do anything they wanted to do. And they already had certain beliefs and perceptions that aligned with what they want. So things came a lot easier to them. For me, it was like the complete opposite. Especially in my music. When I first tried to share that I used to rap. I still do. I just I'm not actively creating right now, which I really want to get back into. And I feel like it's been calling me. But the music, when I first shared that with the people I love the most, they shit all over it. And it destroyed my belief about having what I felt called to have. I felt like I was so drawn to music. I felt like I had to create music. I was meant to create music. And then seeing their reaction crumbled me. It destroyed me. It was like a missile hitting a tower and just everything just shattering. And that was a pivotal moment in my life. And sometimes what I like to do is I like to quantum back to that moment and I like to change the scenario of that moment. And we can get into quantum jumping in another episode. And if you want to know more about it, please reach out to me on social media. So again, this vibrational currency, right? What does this have to do with everything I'm talking about? Well, way back then, when that happened to me, I allowed that incident to create a vibrational currency, to create momentum. And it got larger and larger and larger. And it went on for a decade. It took me so long to undo. That's why I saw a meme once with Yoda on it. And it says you have to learn. To learn, you have to unlearn everything you've learned. And I just like laughed because I was like, that's so true. Because like I feel like I have to unlearn a bunch of shit that's not allowing me to create what I want. So how do you go about that? Well, there's a structural way to do it. I created a method that will make it easier for anybody else. They didn't have to take 10 years. They didn't have to invest $15,000, $20,000 in doing it because I already did that. So I don't want you to have to go through all that. If you want to, by all means, go ahead, because anybody can do this on their own. They don't need help. But if you want the help, that it was my mission to make something available for that. And I'm super proud of my method. I use my method every day. If you ever see me not show up for a while or doing something, it's because I'm focusing on that method. That method will always be the antidote I go back to. It helps me create the vibrational currency. It's like going to an investment banker that knows all the right stuff and they tell you to do this, this, and that, and then you follow it. And then by the end of whatever term, you have this extra amount of money, right? You have the investment paid off. And so that's what I need to do sometimes is I need to just shut it out and go back to my method. Because if I don't stay with it, I notice I fall off. And then I wonder why I got back where I was. It's because I wasn't paying attention to what my actual energy and focus was going to. And this is somebody who actively practices this all the time. So if you're not actively practicing this, structure is needed for you to help you see results faster, which will build your belief system, which will make you more powerful. This is why sometimes when you have a really big dream, you want to start small with something that doesn't really matter to you. What I mean by doesn't matter to you is you don't have a bunch of crappy limitation beliefs against it. Like, for instance, just today I was talking about somebody and they want to manifest this orange cat in their life. And so I was talking to them about it. And then I had an orange cat in my backyard. And I'm like, that's okay, universe. I mean, it still gets to me every single time. Because I don't have any resistance against this. And I was talking about it. I was giving energy and attention to it. And boom, there it was. That's simple. That's how fast it can come into your reality. But when we built blocks and barriers, it can't really get in. It's trying to, but that's blocked it. So attending to your vibrational currency will take down those limited barriers, will take down those limitations, will take down the shields, so your manifestation can align with you. Because by tending to your vibrational currency will help you change your dominant frequency to match your desire as well. Because if you have a desire, that means it's vibrationally already in existence. It's pulling you towards it. God, I wish I knew this 10 years ago. It's pulling you towards it. It already exists. So all you have to do is believe in it. And sometimes that's not possible. For me, in my scenario, it was not possible. They say, believe in it and you will have it. Well, what the fuck? What if you can't believe in it? Then what do? Well, that's why the Spirit Ascension method comes in handy. Because it's going to help you break down those things. It's going to help you. Because all I had to do is really get off of the subject of it and just go feel good. That is the answer. That is the answer. Do that. That is key. A lot of people say, oh, I'm writing, a play, and all these people in my life are actors in the play and they don't know the roles I've assigned to them yet. And I get that. These are amazing methods. And then if they really resonate with you, whatever manifestation method is coming across your plate and it resonates with you, don't ask if it worked for somebody else. If it's resonating with you, go with it. I'm more practical in my approach. So I don't really have like these, it's 5 years from now and you're walking down a path and you see your, I mean, I can do those. Those are fun, but really it's all about feeling better now. Don't wait till you get that thing to feel better. Feel better now. And don't do it so you get the thing. Do it because you want to feel better. That is the key. So keep that in mind when you're practicing any type of conscious creation. So from now until next week, tend to your vibrational currency and watch how things begin to shift in your reality. Honestly, I cannot thank you enough for being here, watching this episode, sharing your time and energy with me. I appreciate it so much. If anything in this video resonated with you, I'd love you to tell me about it in the comments. Make sure to like the video and share it with somebody that you feel would benefit from hearing this message as well. It's always a pleasure to be with you, and I cannot wait until next week. Peace out for now. Did you like this episode? If so, make sure to subscribe to the podcast. Are you an expert at creating your own reality? Do you have a story to tell that drastically changed your life? If so, message me at Dream Creation Podcast on Instagram, and don't forget to leave a review.